Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Being too identical. A copy that corresponds to an original exactly. He made a duplicate for the files. Duplicate or match. Make or do or perform again. Increase twofold. Something additional of the same kind. Identically copied from an original. A duplicate key. Make a duplicate or duplicates of. Could you please duplicate this letter for me? Being too identical. Intentionally matched. Being too identical. A duplicate copy. Astrology. A person who is born while the sun is in Gemini. Duplicate or match. The polished surface twinned his face and chest in reverse. A waterfall in the Snake River in southern Idaho. Bring two objects, ideas, or people together. Either of two offspring born at the same time from the same pregnancy. Give birth to twins. Grow as twins. Twin crystals. Being too identical. A copy that corresponds to an original exactly. The act of copying or making a duplicate, or duplicates, of something. This kind of duplication is wasteful. Something having the property of being analogous to something else. Duplicate or match. An imaginary line around the Earth parallel to the equator. Make or place parallel to something. They paralleled the ditch to the highway. Being everywhere equidistant and not intersecting. Parallel lines never converge. Be parallel to. Their roles are paralleled by ours. Mathematics. One of a set of parallel geometric figures, parallel lines or planes. Parallels never meet. Of or relating to the simultaneous performance of multiple operations. Parallel processing. Used of homologous chromosomes associated in pairs in synapsis. A stand-in for movie stars to perform dangerous stunts. His first job in Hollywood was as a double for Clark Gable. To double the degree. His eyes were double bright. A base hit on which the batter stopped safely at second base. He hit a double to deep center field. Make or do or perform again. Consisting of or involving two parts or components usually in pairs. An egg with a double yolk. Having more than one decidedly dissimilar aspects or qualities. A double, or dual, role for an actor. Twice as great or many. Ate a double portion. Raising the stakes in a card game by a factor of 2. I decided his double was a bluff. Bend over or curl up, usually with laughter or pain. He doubled and vomited violently. Having two meanings with intent to deceive. A sly double meaning. Increase twofold. The population doubled within 50 years. Someone who closely resembles a famous person, especially an actor. He could be Gingrich's double. A quantity that is twice as great as another. 36 is the double of 18. bridge. Make a demand for a card or suit. Do double duty. Serve two purposes or have two functions. She doubles as his wife and secretary. Hit a two-base hit. Large enough for two. A double bed. Used of flowers having more than the usual number of petals in crowded or overlapping arrangements. Double chrysanthemums have many rows of petals and are usually spherical or hemispherical. Make or do or perform again. Form by reduplication. The consonant reduplicates after a short vowel. To say, state, or perform again. Make or do or perform again. Repeat an earlier theme of a composition. Do over. To say again or imitate. An event that repeats. The events today were a repeat of yesterday's. Happen or occur again. Make or do or perform again. He could never replicate his brilliant performance of the magic trick. Reproduce or make an exact copy of. Replicate the cell. Bend or turn backward. Added to a regular schedule. A minor actor in crowd scenes. Further or added. Need extra help. More than is needed, desired, or required. Found some extra change lying on the dresser. Something additional of the same kind. He always carried extras in case of an emergency. An additional edition of a newspaper, usually to report a crisis. Going well together. Possessing harmonizing qualities. Provided with a worthy adversary or competitor. Matched teams. A member of an indigenous nomadic people living in northern Scandinavia and herding reindeer. The language of nomadic Lapps in northern Scandinavia and the Kola Peninsula. Equal in amount or value. The same amount. Closely similar or comparable in kind or quality or quantity or degree. Curtains the same color as the walls. Same in identity. The same man I saw yesterday. Unchanged in character or nature. The village stayed the same. A reproduction of a written record, e.g. of a legal or school record. Matter to be printed. Exclusive of graphical materials. Reproduce or make an exact copy of. Copy the genetic information. Make a replica of. Copy that drawing. Reproduce someone's behavior or looks. Children often copy their parents or older siblings. A thing made to be similar or identical to another thing. She made a copy of the designer dress. Copy down as is. The students were made to copy the alphabet over and over. Material suitable for a journalistic account. Catastrophes make good copy. An aggressive remark directed at a person like a missile and intended to have a telling effect. Shift from one side of the ship to the other. Be compatible, similar or consistent. Coincide in their characteristics. A person who is of equal standing with another in a group. Set into opposition or rivalry. Let them match their best athletes against ours. Be equal to in quality or ability. Her persistence and ambition only matches that of her parents. Lighter, consisting of a thin piece of wood or cardboard tipped with combustible chemical, ignites with friction. He always carries matches to light his pipe. Make correspond or harmonize. A pair of people who live together. Make equal, uniform, corresponding, or matching. The company matched the discount policy of its competitors. Bring two objects, ideas, or people together. Matchmaker, can you match my daughter with a nice young man? A person regarded as a good matrimonial prospect. An exact duplicate. When a match is found, an entry is made in the notebook. Be compatible, similar or consistent, coincide in their characteristics. The suspect's fingerprints don't match those on the gun. A burning piece of wood or cardboard. If you drop a match in there, the whole place will explode. A formal contest in which two or more persons or teams compete. Be equal or harmonize. The two pieces match. Give or join in marriage. Provide funds complementary to. The company matched the employees' contributions. Something that resembles or harmonizes with. That tie makes a good match with your jacket. The score needed to win a match. Gain points in a game. Keep score, as in games. Determine the sum of. A bill for an amount due. A score in baseball made by a runner touching all four bases safely. Their first tally came in the third inning. The act of counting, reciting numbers in ascending order. Be compatible, similar or consistent, coincide in their characteristics. Go together. Be in accord, be in agreement. We agreed on the terms of the settlement. Be compatible, similar or consistent, coincide in their characteristics. The two stories don't agree in many details. Achieve harmony of opinion, feeling, or purpose. No two of my colleagues would agree on whom to elect chairman. Be agreeable or suitable. White wine doesn't agree with me. Consent or assent to a condition, or agree to do something. She agreed to all my conditions. Show grammatical agreement. Subjects and verbs must always agree in English. An appraisal of the state of affairs. A check on its dependability under stress. Be verified or confirmed, pass inspection. These stories don't check. Make cracks or chinks in. The heat checked the paint. A mark left after a small piece has been chopped or broken off of something. Examine so as to determine accuracy, quality, or condition. Check the brakes. Develop a child's or animal's behavior by instruction and practice, especially to teach self-control. Become fractured. Break or crack on the surface only. Lessen the intensity of temper. Hold in restraint. Hold or keep within limits. The state of inactivity following an interruption. Held them in check. Find out, learn, or determine with certainty, usually by making an inquiry or other effort. Slow the growth or development of. A written order directing a bank to pay money. He paid all his bills by check. Be careful or certain to do something. Make certain of something. Mark into squares or draw squares on. Draw crossed lines on. Additional proof that something that was believed, some fact or hypothesis or theory, is correct. A mark indicating that something has been noted or completed, etc. As he called the roll, he put a check mark by each student's name. The act of inspecting or verifying. They made a check of their equipment. Something immaterial that interferes with or delays action or progress. The bill in a restaurant. He asked the waiter for the check. Put a check mark on or near or next to. Please check each name on the list. Be compatible, similar or consistent. Coincide in their characteristics. The handwriting checks with the signature on the check. Hold back, as of a danger or an enemy. Check the expansion or influence of. The act of restraining power or action or limiting excess. Abandon the intended prey, turn, and pursue an inferior prey. Arrest the motion of something abruptly. He checked the flow of water by shutting off the main valve. A textile pattern of squares or crossed lines, resembling a checkerboard. She wore a skirt with checks. Block or impede, a player from the opposing team, in ice hockey. Chess, a direct attack on an opponent's king. Consign for shipment on a vehicle. Check your luggage before boarding. Decline to initiate betting. Hand over something to somebody as for temporary safekeeping. Make an examination or investigation. Check into the rumor. Obstructing an opponent in ice hockey. Place into check. He checked my kings. Stop for a moment, as if out of uncertainty or caution. She checked for an instant and missed a step. Stop in a chase, especially when scent is lost. The dog checked. Verify by consulting a source or authority. Check the spelling of this word. Write out a check on a bank account. Be equivalent or parallel, in mathematics. Take the place of or be parallel or equivalent to. Be compatible, similar or consistent. Coincide in their characteristics. Exchange messages. My Russian pen pal and I have been corresponding for several years. Be agreeable or acceptable to. Usually followed by to or for, on the point of or strongly disposed. In no fit state to continue. A sudden uncontrollable attack. A fit of coughing. Fill, satisfy or meet a want or need or conscient RO restriction. Make correspond or harmonize. A sudden flurry of activity, often for no obvious reason. A fit of housecleaning. A display of bad temper. He had a fit. Be the right size or shape. Fit correctly or as desired. This piece won't fit into the puzzle. Provide with something, usually for a specific purpose. Be compatible, similar or consistent. Coincide in their characteristics. Conform to some shape or size. How does this shirt fit? Insert or adjust several objects or people. Can you fit the toy into the box? Make fit. Fit a dress. Meeting adequate standards for a purpose. A fit subject for discussion. Physically and mentally sound or healthy. Felt relaxed and fit after their holiday. The manner in which something fits. I admired the fit of her coat. An aggressive remark directed at a person like a missile and intended to have a telling effect. Laugh at with contempt and derision. Be compatible, similar or consistent, coincide in their characteristics. Repeat after memorization. Have offspring or produce more individuals of a given animal or plant. These bacteria reproduce. Make a copy or equivalent of. Reproduce the painting. Recreate a sound, image, idea, mood, atmosphere, etc. This DVD player reproduces the sound of the piano very well. A lightweight paper used with carbon paper to make multiple copies. An original and two manifolds. Many and varied, having many features or forms. Manifold reasons. Combine or increase by multiplication. A pipe that has several lateral outlets to or from other pipes. A set of points such as those of a closed surface or an analog in 3 or more dimensions. Make multiple copies of. Have young, animals, or reproduce, organisms. Combine or increase by multiplication. He managed to multiply his profits. Have offspring or produce more individuals of a given animal or plant. Combine by multiplication. Multiply 10 by 15. In several ways, in a multiple manner. They were multiply checked for errors. A man-made object taken as a whole. A man-made object taken as a whole. A musical part, vocal or instrumental, that supports or provides background for other musical parts. Computer science. A copy of a file or directory on a separate storage device. He made a backup in case the original was accidentally damaged or erased. The act of providing approval and support. Someone who takes the place of another, as when things get dangerous or difficult. An accumulation caused by clogging or a stoppage. A traffic backup on the main street. Computer science. A copy of a file or directory on a separate storage device. A duplicate copy. A person or thing having the same function or characteristics as another. A duplicate copy. Similarity in appearance or character or nature between persons or things.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.